Welcome back to Tullahoma, Tennessee. Welcome to beautiful Grider Stadium. Welcome to a gorgeous day for some more high school baseball. I'm Dave Myers, taking over for the incomparable Scott Shast's team as he goes to call the championship game that the boys basketball are playing. I'm joined by the impossibly good-looking, incredibly talented firecracker that God turned into a man, Mr. Ken Keller. Ken, how are you, bud?
Doing great, man. Just really enjoying seeing Tullahoma on this 6-game win streak, seeing if they can push it to 7 against the Cavaliers in Game 2 after shutting out Marion County 10-0 in the 10 a.m. game this morning.
That's right. Real quick, we do have Tyler Smith up to bat. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grayson Waller on the mound. And there's a strikeout for Grayson Waller.
Well, and Tullahoma's just in the midst of this 6-game win streak, got some tremendous pitching. We saw Balin Tootin Monday night throw a no-hitter, 15 Ks. The next night, just almost a duplicate as Mason Bratcher has a perfect game through 6 1/3, gives up a hit with 1 out in the 7th, Ks 14. We saw Ben Quick on Thursday night with some help with Hunter Hogan as he closed the game out with another no-hitter. And then Xander Pogue no-hits Marion County in a 6-inning shortened game previous today. So our pitchers on a hot streak.
They're killing it. Yeah, absolutely right. And we have 50, I think the count is 57 strikeouts in those 5 games. Real quick, Ken, I'm going to run through this lineup. And there's a shot to second base. Aiden Evans plays, and Park Folks covers for out number 2 in the game. Let's go through this lineup real quick. Leading off for the Cavaliers at shortstop, Tyler Smith. At third base, David Owen. DH is Evan Allen. Center field is Ty Harrison. First base is Landon Severance. And right field is Jackson Roberts. Cole Teeters is playing second base, and in left field, Easton Davidson. And catching is Landon Krause. On the mound for the Cavaliers is number 6, Jackson Jones, as David Owen fouls that one off for strike 1.
Yeah, big cut there by Owen, the number 3 hitter. For a nice play by Aiden Evans there at second base. We saw him flash. He had 2 web gems in the first game, one from second on a backhand play up the middle, and then another one from shortstop, a sterling play. So he had to charge that ball, tough play, and just barely notices the runner out at first base. So first 2 down, set down by Tullahoma pitcher Grayson Waller.
That's right. This is number 12, Evan Allen, the DH, hits another shot to Aiden Evans, and there is out number 3. That's going to do it for the top half of the first inning, and we will join you here shortly on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field, when you win a heart, when you win their trust, when you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Phil Gill, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
Welcome back to Grider Stadium. We're here in the bottom of the first. Batting first is going to be Hunter Hogan for this team. Ken, this Wildcats team has been on a tear batting as well.
Yeah, they really put the ball in play. They're going to face a tough pitcher in Jackson Jones, number 6 for the Cavaliers. So we're going to be tested this game. We need to come in. We are hot at the plate as well as defense in the position, and the pitching has been phenomenal. But we're gonna get, I think, our biggest test in a week right here in this game. Cavaliers got a solid defense and normally really good pitchers, and they put the ball in play. So this is going to be our biggest test to keep this winning streak intact.
That's right. In the past couple games, we've seen Hunter Hogan move from, I think, the 8 or 9 spot, and now he's back at 1, where I think he rightfully deserves. It kind of took him a few games to get his sea legs back under him, but, man, he's been on a tear recently.
Well, he's under it, and we've seen, over the past few years that Coach Morris is not hesitant. If he has somebody hot in the batting order, he'll move them up. If he has somebody cold, he'll drop them a little bit, just to find that right combination. True.
We got Jackson Jones on the mound for the Cavaliers, and the count is now 1-2, my bad, to Hunter Hogan.
Jones works quick pace, pitch right there on the outside corner.
A strikeout. Strikeout number 1 for Jones today, and stepping up to the plate, is he always dangerous? Balin Tootin.
Yeah, so Jones records the backwards K on Hunter Hogan, a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. Caught the black according to the home plate umpire, so 1 down in the Wildcats' home part of the first.
All right. Let's run through this lineup real quick, Ken. As Balin takes ball 1. Batting first is Hunter Hogan, and he's in right field. In center field is Balin Tootin, followed by Mason Bratcher on third. And there is a line shot by Balin Tootin into left field for a single. Great piece of hitting right there.
Yeah, we saw him hit a just loft one out there last game. He had a 2-strike count, had a pitch on the outside corner and just poked one out there. That was a good stroke. Solid single there by Tootin, and he's starting to heat up a little bit. And what we talked about makes him such a dangerous hitter, Dave, is the fact that he can hit the ball to all fields.
Absolutely.
I think my phone's safe after that. I hope it ain't cracked.
Had to kill a wasp up here. And Balin takes another base on the year. So let's finish this lineup. At bat at the moment is Andrew Fulmer, who is in left field. Bryson Campbell is DHing. Philip Lemon. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Mason Bratcher.
Yeah, Bratcher's moved up from 4 in the order to 3. The hottest hitter in the lineup for the Cats.
Yeah, that's right.
With an early RBI opportunity. There's good speed on second base. Tootin gets a stolen base to put himself on second, so a good start for the Wildcats already. Early in this contest, a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, it's 2-0 count on Mason Bratcher. Jones does work quick. And that's ball 3. We'll continue this lineup with saying Philip Lemon is catching, and he's batting 6th. Park Folks is on first base. Aiden Evans is at second base. Trevor Cole is at short, and Grayson Waller takes the mound. Again, 3-0. Count to Mason Bratcher. And that's a walk for Mason.
4-pitch walk.
And now we got Andrew Fulmer stepping in. Coach Ken.
And look, what you're seeing there is just Bratcher's seeing the ball well. All through this past week, what I've noticed about the Telema hitters is their aggression on first pitches. But they're also disciplined, although they're aggressive, and they don't swing at pitches outside the strike zone. You see that throughout the Wildcats lineup, and that makes them virtually, very dangerous at the plate.
Absolutely. We have
double steal. Wow.
And that's
How about
steal
that?
for both of them.
Yeah, you put speed on the bases like that, so Coach Morris dials up a double steal here, and that's critical because what that does is that takes the force play off the bases. Now, the virtually on the infield grounder, you can just get them out at first base. Look like infield's still back, so a ground ball gets them in, certainly to the middle.
Coach, we have the amazing Jimmy Bratcher up here doing some PA work while I'm on the TV with you, bud, and he's going to think that I'm brown nosing at the moment, but I'm not. If the stats are correct, did you know that Mason Bratcher doesn't have a strikeout this year?
I believe it. I've not seen one in the last week, but when you're seeing the ball well, hey, you swing at good pitches, and that's what he's doing. And really, another trend that we've seen. Oh, there's a shot.
Nice shot to left fielder.
Sac fly.
And that's going to score Balin Tootin for the first run of the game.
All right, so Former gets the RBI on a sac fly to left field, so that's out one recorded.
Yep, stepping up to the plate's Bryson Campbell.
But Tootin scores.
Hey, and about Tootin, let me give you a little bit of information on that. There's been 24 steals this year for the Tullahoma Wildcats with an 88.5% stolen base percentage. Can you guess who the leading runner on this team is?
In runs scored?
No, in stolen bases.
I'm going to guess Tootin.
Tootin has 14 of the 24 stolen bases this year.
And, you know, Tullahoma's really MO, what they've done, you know, getting the dominant pitching, and it starts right there on the mound. But scoring early, putting pressure on the team, almost that boa constrictor effect. You force the team to make mistakes. You press when you get behind, and that's been key to the 6-game win streak.
Yeah, absolutely. As Bryson Campbell sends a shot through the infield, and that is going to Mason thought about coming home.
Safe.
He's back at third base safely. So Bryson Campbell has himself a double, and he moves Mason Bratcher around to third.
Well, we're going to score that on a single. He advanced when the runner threw the ball in. So that's going to be a CNI single for Campbell, and that's good for him to get that hit. So what happened on that, Bratcher, in his aggressiveness, rounded third, and Coach Moore's halfway down the baseline, held him up, knew the throw came in. They threw the proper throw from the left field into the cutoff, and he had to scurry back to third base, head first dive to get back in the bag. Alert play by Mason Bratcher. And that shows, you know, good base running, good coaching right there. You can't afford to have an early out on the bases at third base.
Yeah, that throw was a little bit off of the target, which I think Mason probably could have made it in, but it was pretty heads-up base running. Now batting is Park Folks. Looks at strike one come in from Jones.
Yeah, Cats strike early here. Folk had one AB in the last game.
Philip Lemon.
Lemon's up. That's right. Lemon's up.
Park Folks is
the Tullahoma catcher. Big cut there by Lemon. He's looking. He sees 2 RBIs here in his future. If he can single this one.
And 0-2 is a count.
Get a hit here.
0-2 is a count on Lemon. Lemon's been actually putting the bat on the ball recently. Been swinging the bat well.
Yeah, he had 3 hits Thursday night.
And that's a foul ball back behind the breast box.
Well, and really what we've seen, too, is Tullahoma a good 2-strike approach. What they do is they plate protection. You want to widen the plate 3 inches all the way around. Just foul off a good pitch, wait for the pitcher to make a mistake. They've had very few strikeouts during this 6-game win streak. Yeah,
and we talk a lot about the pitching from this Wildcat team, which is just stellar. You know, next week we have
I think the Rebels on tap Monday and Tuesday, the Franklin County Rebels. We go there Monday night and then come back here to Grider on Tuesday.
Now we have Lucas Taylor coming back next week, and he's going to be added as Philip Lemon sends a shot to second base. He bobbles it, and that's an out. That's a good effort by Philip Lemon, and we're going to head to the top of the second. The score is the Wildcats 1 and the Cavaliers 0. We'll see you soon here on the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats.
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
Step into a world of fun at Tullahoma.
Welcome back to Grider Stadium. We have the score in the top of the second. The Wildcats 1 and the Cavaliers 0. Grayson Waller on the mound, and we're set to start this inning with leadoff hitter number 8, Ty Harrison.
Yeah, Waller set down the Cavaliers 3 up, 3 down, top of the first. Tullahoma answered 2 hits in the bottom of the first to scratch a run out. Andrew Fulmer with the sac fly RBI puts the Cats up 1-0.
Yeah, we see, Ken, with this team has a lot of left-handed hitters.
Yeah, this is the third one so far.
Yeah, and we do know, Coach told us earlier in the game, or before the game, that one of their best hitters, number 5, I think his last name is Anderson, has an injured wrist, but he's actually put him back on the lineup sheet today, so we'll see if he enters the game. It's ball 1 to Ty Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison
outside.
plays center field on defense. Swings from the left side of the plate.
It's a good shot sent out to right field.
Hogan swallows it up.
Yeah, Hogan was right underneath it. And stepping up to the plate is going to be number 3, Landon Severance.
Well, and, look, this is my 6th time to see the Wildcats. And, it's scary for me to say, but I think from what I've seen, Dave, they're ahead of where they were last year at this time, even though throw the record out.
Yeah.
They're playing complimentary baseball. The pitching has been outstanding. Defense solid. I've not seen a single error in 6 games. Now in the offense, top to bottom, they put the ball in play and they stress the defense.
There's a shot sent out to center. Balin Tootin underneath that one for out number 2. Quick inning here. Coach, you're absolutely right. Last year it took a while for the bats to catch on. Pitching was always kind of there, but we've seen all facets of the Wildcat game this year really start to pick up early in the season.
Well, I think what is most impressive is the fact of putting the ball in play offensively, and not swinging at wild or errant pitches and really forcing the other team to make mistakes. They get on base, they run bases, they create havoc on the bases, which he also stresses the defense out. So when you have all that combination clicking together, it's dangerous.
Shot to shortstop. Trevor Cole with a little bit of a bad throw. Park Folks tries to lay the tag on him. Misses, and the runner is safe. Do we mark that an error, partner?
I'm going to count that E6 just based on the high throw because, as you said, the first baseman there, Park Folks, had to elevate. By the time he came down, the runner passed the bag. So that's going to be an E6 on the throw.
As you talk about errors.
First one, yeah.
There's one.
Yeah.
That's
well,
right.
get it out of the way, right? Get it out of the way,
right.
and let's turn. Let's get the double play here.
Yeah, stepping up is Davidson, number 7.
Well, we don't need a double play. We've got 2 out. So he'd retired the first 5 batters before that E.
Crowds the plate, and then he gets hit for it. I guess that's one tactic to get on base. So now we have 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Now batting for the Cavaliers.
Grayson Waller throwing.
Yeah, Cookeville trying to get a 2-out rally going here. So we have the E, and then we have the hit batters. So 2 runners on. That's going to bring Easton
Davidson up.
Yeah, the left fielder.
So, Ken, we talk all about pitching and what that does for you. You really can't have a no-hitter without good defense as well. And you really can't win games without good offense. And so we've been clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah.
Well, 5 home runs in the year, more power than they had last year in the beginning of the season. That's a great stop.
It sure is. And fires the ball back down to second base. I tell you what, really been impressed with Tullahoma's catching. We've seen 3 guys back there this year.
That's
and,
right. Lemon is the seasoned veteran out of this group.
Yes, he is.
And, man, that was a great stop by Phillip. Waller deals. That is a foul ball.
Yeah, we've seen Lemon back there, Bryson Campbell, and Fulks. And Fulks on first base, but he closed out last game behind the plate. So he's now on first. But, yeah, you got to have quality depth, and that's something, Jaron Morris the last 3 years has carried a heavy load back there, but maybe they can mix it up. So we have a strikeout. If we can throw him out at first, and we got it.
That's
There we
going
go.
to end the top of the second. The score is still 1-0 Wildcats on top. We'll be back on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Strike up your excitement with our updated bowling center featuring a wide variety of classic and interactive games. Indulge in your timeless favorites at our new and refreshed snack bar. Check out our upgraded arcade with state-of-the-art games and card swipe technology. Save up your points for premium prize offerings. Bring the whole family and experience bowling like never before.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a backspot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community, so no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud.
Welcome back to Gratter Stadium, where the Wildcats lead the Cavaliers 1-0. Stepping up to the plate is going to be Park Folks. So, Coach, my friend, it's hard to find enough superlatives about what these Cats have done on the mound within the past 5 games. Stats alone, I don't think carry the weight, but, man, if you look on paper what these Cats have done, it's pretty incredible. Averaging just over 10 as Park sends it to the shortstop, and that's out number 1. But just over 10 strikeouts per game in this 5-game stretch. That's unreal. Pretty unheard of.
Well, Tullahoma has quality arms, and they have depth. What we've seen, they've got strike throwers. We've had, really has been impressive from the pitching is minimal base on balls.
Mm-hmm.
And you make a team hit their way on base, it becomes more difficult, and don't give them free walks. Last inning we did have a hit batsman and a walk, so we managed to get out of that last inning, and they stranded 2 runners, but that's not been typical of what Tullahoma's. We actually had an error, no walks, and a hit batter.
Aiden Evans in, swings at strike 2. Jones dealing pretty quick to these Tullahoma hitters. Yeah, Ken. You talk about stats. We have 46 coming into today, excluding the first game today. 46 hits in 11 games, which that's great pitching right there. Only 37 runs allowed, with a 2.63 ERA, and get this, 104 strikeouts in 11 games coming into today. That's an average of over 9.5 strikeouts per game.
Yeah, when you're missing barrels and throwing strikes, it makes it really easy on your defense. But we've seen the defense make some great plays too. So, again, Tullahoma, complimentary baseball. The hitting is
takes ball too.
Solid, just a solid baseball team that you can see, very well coached team.
Yeah.
And the chemistry's gelling. I mean, when you lose 6 games, and of course they play in good competition, and it's a second out of the inning, will strike out Jones expires Evans.
That's right.
But you as a coach, you want to see your team progress and get better, and you see it in practice first.
Right.
So what you see happening on the field is not just by happenstance. It's hard work, dedication, commitment. The fall training, the weightlifting, the stretching, the flexibility exercises, all this culminates to what you're seeing here.
Yeah. And give credit to the coaching staff here at Tullahoma for figuring out the great lineups.
Well, and it's not only that. You've got to have athletes, but you've got to teach them the mental part of the game. And that's what you see out of Coach Morris.
Right.
You spend
Trevor
just
Cole,
as much time focusing on the mental than you do the physical. And then you see that carry over in the intricacies in the small part of the baseball game, and that's what we're seeing this year.
For Trevor Cole, up at bat, fouls one back, counts 1-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Umpire wants to dust off his plate here.
Yeah, that's normally what will happen. If a catcher takes a foul ball out of a courtesy, the umpire, the same thing the catcher, if the umpire gets hit, the catcher will stand up, take off his mask, and give a brief for the umpire to regain their composure. So that's always just called a kind of a gentleman's agreement that's part of baseball.
All right, coming into today, Trevor Cole has a .344 batting average, and he's batting 9th on this team. So that goes back to Coach Morris figuring out this lineup, what works best for them. That looks like it's going to be. And that is caught by the right fielder for out number 3, and that's going to do it for 2 innings here. Wildcats still lead 1-0. You're listening to the Light Tube Sports Network.
Supporter of Tullahoma football.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
All right, welcome back to Greider Stadium. We're heading into the top of the third. The score 1-0 Wildcats on top. First to bat is the catcher, Landon Krause. Ken, it is a beautiful day here in Tullahoma.
Oh, it is. It is, man. It's, like we talked about the first game, just what a difference a week can make. Tornado won his last Saturday. The threat of E4, E5, tornado threats in the south. And, you got not a cloud in the sky today. But, Tullahoma, 0-6. Now 6-6, right in the crest of a 6-game win streak. That shows you, how things can turn around so quickly.
Yeah, counts 1-1 to Landon. Counts 1-2 as he swings on strike 2. Yeah, absolutely. And this is what we saw last year, Ken. We saw this team kind of struggle in the beginning games, and then I think they didn't lose a game in the last, 12 or 13 games of the year.
Yeah, and that's what you see Morris do. Another trademark of his is play the most difficult schedule you can early. Condition your players for going against good competition. That's how you get better playing good teams. And then when you play teams not so good, you demolish them.
Here's a shot up second base. Aiden Evans lost it in the sun, and that's going to be another error on Aiden Evans. And the runner reaches first base. Stepping up is number 2, Tyler Smith. We head back to the top of the lineup.
Well, I just lost that one in the sun because we know Evans can make that play routine. But, tough part of the day here as we approach, 1 o'clock. It's 12:50 actually, but he just turned back, lost that one in the sun.
Yeah, I hate putting
and that's unfortunate because Waller had 2 strikes, 2 strikes on the batter.
And as we saw last game, Aiden Evans is a fantastic fielder.
Absolutely.
And I hate putting that error on him because it's the sun's fault. We can blame a lot of things on the sun, Ken.
Yeah.
So,
well, both teams got to play in it. So we got the leadoff hitter up now, and he struck out his first time up.
Good deal. Yep. Waller checks back the runner now, checks back the runner again.
Tullahoma in the middle of the infield, short and second, set up for potential double play.
And, of course, we know, as well as Grayson does, your leadoff hitter is usually one of your fastest guys, so he's going to try and keep him.
Bratcher creeping in on the grass at third.
It's a good stop by Phillip.
Batter showed bunt that time, pulled his bat back. Bratcher charging the ball. First base, of course, got to stay back on that play to cover first. Bratcher staying in this time.
Yep, counts 1-0. As Tyler Smith gets set, and so does Grayson Waller. Here comes a pitch. And that is ball number 2.
Yeah, pitch must have been down, but that's one trademark your leadoff hitter will have. Normally a guy that can bunt, good speed, puts the ball in play. He's your table setter to get things kick started for you.
That's right.
So this is probably a pretty
checks back.
Pretty good hitter here leading off for the Cavaliers. You don't get bat lead off if you're not a good hitter.
That's right. So the count's
high on base, but he did strike out. Waller struck him out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1.
Count is now 3-0 as Grayson misses low and outside on a missing curveball.
Well, an unusual 3-0 count for a Tullahoma pitcher. That's something that's been absent all week.
And Smith, their leadoff hitter, comes in with a 188 batting average. That is not typical of what you see in leadoff spots, but could account for many things, walks. And
he'll get that up.
That's right.
That'll move up. But squares around to bunt. He had no intention of bunting, just to try to draw a ball, and he gets the ball 4 call right there on the outside pitch. Yeah. So Cavaliers got something brewing here in the second. In the third, top of the third. Sorry about that.
That's right. Stepping up is number 17, the third baseman, David Owen. What's he done today, Ken?
Owen had a 4-3 ground out his first time, 0 for 1.
Well, let's hope we can roll into a double play here. As Owen steps in, Grayson gets set. Runners on first and second. Scores 1-0 here in the top of the third.
So an E and a base on balls gets a threat going for. There's a square to bunt.
And that was close.
It may have hit him.
Philip Lemon.
I think the catcher might have got hit that time, but might have been a foul tip.
Yeah, it looked like it hit the bottom of the bat there. Looked like it just barely.
All right, so let's see. Tullahoma can play some bunt defense here. So you got the number 2 hitter up, 2 on, no outs. Possible sacrifice bunt here. Really is a hitter here. I would like my batter to try to bunt this down the first baseline, make the first baseman make a play on it. And that's a good bunt. Excellent bunt. This is going to be trouble.
And Grayson overthrows it.
Aaron Mills hit it first. Yep. But I'm gonna score that a base hit. I don't think the
Hold
throw
on
would
just
have
a
got
second.
it.
Umpire says that was interference. Interference on number 17, so he's out at first, and the runners go back to second and third.
Oh, that's a huge call. The coach is going to go
call
against the Cavaliers, and their coach is going to come out and argue this one. It was a beautiful bunt laid down in front of the mound between catcher and no man's land there. I thought that the runner, the number 2 hitter, could have beat that out. That would have loaded the bases.
Yeah, he said that was interference on David Owen as he was running to first. He got interference with Park Fulks as he was – no, that was Aiden Evans as he was trying to make that catch. The runner scored, and the other runner on second moved to third.
So they must be saying the runner was running out of the baseline to first base, which that's a rare call. But it's a big one because instead of the bases loaded and none out, runners are going to have to go back to second and third.
Actually, what it looks like he did, Ken, was actually move a little bit inside on the base path to kind of interrupt that throw.
Yeah.
So even though the coach is going to argue, we're going to see the runners go back to second and third base, and there's one out for the Cats here on top of the third.
Yeah, that's a huge call right there. So it's going to erase a bases loaded threat with none outs.
You can hear a pin drop in the stands down there.
The umpire did not call in Prater from the field to assist him on that one. He made the call and he stuck with it.
Yep. Stepping up to bat, it's number 12, Evan Allen, the DH.
Tullahoma fortunate there because that was a beautiful bunt laid down by Owen.
Let's see what Grayson can do here. There's a foul ball right off home plate.
Now batting for the Cavaliers.
And that moves the runners back to first and second. They weren't on second and third, so the runner was just left-handed batter up trying to sacrifice him with a bunt. He did his job, but ran inside the baseline and got called for runner's interference on that one, which is an automatic out.
Yeah.
Which does move the runners back to the original base.
Grayson Dilzer's a base hit to Aiden Evans as he scoops it up. Great play by Aiden. Passes it along the park for out number 2 in the inning. And stepping up is number 5. This is number 8. Number 8, Ty Harrison.
Yeah, that's that play could go unappreciated there by Tullahoma second baseman, but he did a good job. Just a slow roller to him that he had to charge and execute the play. He came up with stabbed it with a clean glove and made a good throw to first. So the runners do advance. Second, third, 2 down now.
Yeah, that could have been a tough play, Ken.
For the cleanup hitter, for the dangerous cleanup hitter for the Cavaliers.
Strike one to Ty Harrison. The count is 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the third.
Harrison flied out to right his first time up, so he pulled the ball. Let's see what he does here with 2 outs.
Yeah, looked like he hit a hard shot. Looks
2
like he might have a
runners
little
in
bit of
scoring
power.
position. So potentially a base hit could give the Cavaliers a lead here.
And that is driven deep into left field. That's one hop in the fence, and that's going to score 2 for Cookeville as Harrison pulls up to second base with a double into deep left field.
Oh, well, I mean, he gashed that ball, the right center field gap. Right fielder Hogan, good speed. Him and Tootin tried to converge on that, but that ball was hit in no man's land out there, rose all the way to the fence. So a stand-up double for the cleanup hitter gives Cavaliers a 2-1 lead.
Yeah.
And this is something that we've not seen the last 6 games,
Nope.
a Tullahoma deficit.
Yeah.
I think it's the first deficit they've had in 6 ball games.
Kind of like Tullahoma basketball team. Really haven't been behind in any of the games. There's ball one taken by number 3, Landon Severance.
Well, we knew this would be the best team that Tullahoma faced in the midst of that streak. So they're going to have their work cut out. We knew it, and they're just going to have to show how they can battle back from a deficit now.
Yeah, that was perfectly hit to the gap by Harrison. There's a play by Trevor Cole, and that's going to do it for the top of the third inning, where the score is now the Cavaliers 2 and the Wildcats 1. We'll be back here on the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Hey, I'm Philip Gill, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
Welcome back to Grider. As Hunter Hogan, number 21, steps in to start this bottom half of the third inning. Jones still on the mound and still dealing.
Well, Cookeville's put some pressure on us. They scratched 2 after the error and walk. They pushed both those runners across. They lead it 2-1, bottom of the third here.
And that's strike one, taken on the outside corner. Nice curveball by Jones. Hogan steps back in.
Hogan took a called third his first time up, 0 for 1.
And that is strike number 2 on Hunter. Let's see if you can put this ball into play. We can at least tie this up.
Jones dealing, working ahead of the Tullahoma hitters early.
Jones sets, and here's the pitch. There's a shot into right field. Right fielder's right underneath it for out number 1. Stepping up is Balin Tootin.
It's going to be a fly out 9 there for the first out. It's always a pitcher's best friend when you can get that first hitter out to start an inning.
Coach Balin's got 2 home runs on the year. He's got some power potential for sure. We saw from last year.
Yeah, he's a consistent hitter, aggressive. He's got gap power, but he hits the ball to all fields. We've seen him. The past few years, it's just spray the ball all over Grider Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, last game he pushed that single into left field.
And good speed, too. So when you're fielding the ball in the outfield on a routine hit on Balin, as many of these Tullahoma hitters, you get to come up with the ball quick because they can they can steal an extra base from him.
There's a shot sent. Foul ball into right field. Boy, that was close to being at least a double for Balin and his speed.
Yeah, he's a line-to-line hitter. Just, wherever the ball's pitched.
So now the count is 0.
He likes them inside, over the middle,
does.
and outside. He
does. Counts 1-1. Yeah, counts 1-1 to Balin. As he steps back in and Jones is ready to deal. That's a foul ball.
Big
right back
cut
to the
right there. He saw a good pitch to hit, just missed it.
Yeah, Balin.
Just missed it.
Balin wanted that one.
Yeah, just barely missed the barrel on that one. See, he's probably going to get an off-speed pitch here with 2 strikes. There it is.
Ball 2.
Sweeping curveball in the inside corner. Good job to hold off of that one. That's what you got to do,
Balin comes.
Lay off those kind and let the pitcher give you something you can hit.
That's right. Balin comes in today with an average of 378, and that hits him right on the ankle. And that sends Balin to first base.
Balin tried to bail out. That pitch got on him too quick, so he's a base runner now and good speed. He scored the lone Tullahoma run in the first to put the Cats up 1-0 on that sac fly hit by Andrew Fulmer.
Now we see the dangerous Mason Ratcher step in, coming into today with an average of 484.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah, and he's he's a good first pitch hitter. See what if he can get something good to hit here.
Throw back to first. Balin is in there easily.
All right. A lot of things here that Coach Morse can do. He could hit and run here. Straight steal. Oh, there he goes. They got him in a pickoff. Let's see if he slid under it.
Nah, he's out.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Certainly not a delay steal. I think he just took off, and
Balin caught stealing.
Yeah, that's a rarity. You don't see Tootin make base running mistakes, but maybe the pitcher delaying his tempo on that threw him off a little bit. Maybe he thought the old pitcher did not move. He just tried to time his jump, and it backfired on him.
Yep.
So the runner erased. That's 2 outs now. So that definitely changes the complexion of the inning.
Yeah, we talk about taking chances on the bases, which Balin has definitely done this year. Stolen 14 of them. You're going to have those plays where you just don't get it. And Mason grounds out to first base, and that's going to do it for the 3rd inning. With the score, the Cavaliers 2 and the Wildcats 1. You're listening and watching the Light 2 Sports Network.
Step into a world of fun at Tullahoma Lanes. Strike up your excitement with our updated bowling center featuring a wide variety of classic and interactive games. Indulge in your timeless favorites at our new and refreshed snack bar. Check out our upgraded arcade with state-of-the-art games and card swipe technology. Save up your points for premium prize offerings. Bring the whole family and experience bowling like never before.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a back spot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community. So no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
Back to Grider Stadium, where the score is the Cavaliers 2 and the Wildcats 1. We have leading off number 21, Jackson Roberts. Coach, this is, all things told, a good team that we're playing and not a bad game played on either side. Just some mental mistakes have been made on both sides. And
yeah, I mean, you got 2 quality baseball teams going at it here. Good pitching, both teams putting the ball in play. A couple errors in the game, hit by pitch, but Tullahoma really dodged the bullet with the interference call because really, technically, the Cavaliers could have had a really big inning last inning. They're limited to 2 runs, but albeit we're in the top of the 4th, Cats trail 2-1. Let's see if they can come back and pull this one out.
Jackson Roberts checks a swing for strike 1. Grayson deals. There's strike 2, swinging strike on a pitch, a great pitch that was low and inside.
And see if they can pull this W out and then get to Murphy Center to watch the Tullahoma boys basketball team
I'll be watching.
Compete for the state championship against Upperman.
Great stop by Phillip.
4 o'clock tip-off or thereabouts. And certainly I'm sure that Tullahoma will have a large contingent of fans there tracking
and we know
to Rutherford County for that one.
Yesterday's game was canceled so these athletes could go support their schoolmates as they played, and then today's game was moved from the 4 o'clock time.
Well, I can remember, back in when I was 13 years old, so this was 46 years ago, they let the entire school system out to go watch the 78 team play at Murphy Center, and I saw Tullahoma battle Knoxville Farragut. We lost 61-55. I think that might have been the biggest lead they had the whole game. It was just back and forth. Tullahoma was Seth McDonald, Odell Crutchfield, Darrell Gillum, Frankie Johnson, those boys. But those were good times, a great team. But Tullahoma, they've never won a game in the state tournament. Yep. But they're looking now to bring the gold ball back.
Strike 3 to Jackson Roberts. It was a swinging strike, and that is out number 1. Stepping up is going to be number 7, Cole Teeters, the second baseman.
Teeters hit by a pitch his first time up.
We'll see if we can add to his strikeout count. Grayson deals, and there's strike 1 to Teeters. Grayson, I love the way his pacing is. He doesn't rush. It's good pacing. Got good form.
And that's all these Wildcat pitchers that we've seen. So they get the ball and they're intent up there. Mm-hmm. They don't waste time between pitches. They get the call early of what they're going to throw, and they execute the pitches. And that keeps your defenders on their toes because your pitcher's working fast. You don't want a guy up there holding the ball 4 and 5 seconds between pitches.
And you can't discount the fact that you have a Major League Baseball pitcher as your head coach, and he probably teaches this.
You want to have a good tempo. You want to keep the game going, but you want to throw strikes, and that's the key. So when you're throwing strikes and you're working fast, the defense is all about that. Get me off the field and let's bat.
It's foul ball, dangerous foul ball, almost fair ball.
And you think about in the game of football and the game of basketball, time of possession. Always, when I tried to coach, I wanted to control the time of possession in the field versus hitting. We want to, when we get to the plate, we want to bat around. We want to keep the other team out there in the heat, let them wear down in the field, and then when we're on defense, we want to shut them down quick. There's another HBP hit by pitch.
That is the second time he's leaned into it, and there's the second hit by pitch. We're not going to say that he leaned into it, though.
He's got a ball magnet in him.
He does. Right? He does crowd the plate, and that for pitchers, that's a little. Yeah.
Well, it's okay if he stoops down a little bit, but if any part of his body's over the plate and that pitch is in the strike zone, the umpire will call it a strike, even though if it hits the batter. Right. So you can't lean out over that plate at all. But these Cavalier batters crowding the plate.
Yeah. Stepping in is number 10, Easton Davidson, and he takes ball 1.
And this is what we saw Monday night. When Tootin pitched, the left-handed pitcher, he faced all righties. He worked the inside part of the plate 80% of the night, and he didn't care how close they were on him, man. You still got to pitch that inside corner.
There's a shot to Trevor Cole. Aiden Evans bobbles it, and he is safe at second. As the runners on first and second, that's going to go as an error.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So, you have the potential force out on the ground ball, rolls the ground ball to short. Shortstop comes up with it clean, flips it underhand to second base. You got to catch that ball right there. So,
stepping up to the plate is the catcher, Landon Krause. Coach, we talked about fielding at the beginning of the game. Already in this one, 3 errors on the Cats.
Well, and we've seen Tullahoma put pressure on opposing teams' defenses. The Cavaliers are putting pressure on our defense right now. They just self-inflicted wounds for the Wildcats. Hit batter, and errors.
Ken, talk about what that does for the mentality of the pitcher.
Well, it wears on you because you got to pitch additional pitches, you got to pitch additional hitters, and when you should be out of inning, you got to throw effectively 4 or 5 outs in an inning versus 3, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
and the probabilities of run scoring it shoots up, it spikes up. See,
and I would imagine the confidence in your defense wanes as more errors catch on. So you think, well, if I throw a strike here, he hits one in play. Yeah.
In the first game that I've witnessed that Tullahoma has been shaky on defense.
Right. Ball number 2 to Landon Krause. We got runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
All right, so we got 1 out. We can make up for it with a double play here. We'll take it any way possible. We'll take a 5-4-3, 6-4-3, 4-6-3, 1-6-3. Doesn't matter. Let's get some outs. Any means necessary. Check swing. Looked like he went. Did we get the call?
Oh, that is a strike. Umpire says that he did go. So the count is 2-1.
Yeah, the coach on third base is taking a long walk on that one. He's not liking what the home plate umpire is dealing to him right now.
No.
That interference call last inning, and now that strike call there. But I think he did go.
And there is a line shot into left field. Andrew Fulmer comes up with it, and
yes.
What an arm. Andrew Fulmer with a shot to Phillip Lemon.
Oh, that was beautiful. Just he fired that ball in on a line drive, no arc at all, man, and threw it right down there where the catcher's going to tag the runner. So smart play by the Cavalier coach to hold the runner at third, but the bases are juiced. After that single, that was a number 9 hitter that delivered that sharp single to left.
Yep.
So with the scouting report we got before the game that these were good hitters coming in from Cookeville, and they've loaded the bases up.
Yeah, bases loaded. Now the top of the order, number 2, Tyler Smith, the shortstop.
Something that we haven't seen in the last 6 games is a mound visit by Coach Morris.
Right. Well, he really hasn't had to.
Yeah, of course he hasn't had to, but he may be up on the edge of the dugout here. He's watching this game closely, seeing how your defense and how your pitcher respond to adversity here with the bases loaded. Cats already down 2-1.
Well, we know either in the regular season or playoffs, the Cats wouldn't go all the rest of the season with a scoreless visitor score.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, man, that's baseball, man. The game of baseball is how you respond to errors and mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game of mistakes. Who's going to be mentally tough? Who's going to work through those? Is going to survive.
And let's see if Grayson can work here. Counts 1-1 to the leadoff hitter Tyler Smith. Grayson sets to deal.
And so not only are the bases loaded, but the top of the order's up.
That's a great pitch right there. Curveball.
Beautiful.
Falls over the plate. 1-2 the count.
All right. Well,
looks like
this is the leadoff hitter. He's hitting under 200. Let's keep that average down. Let's see it dip a couple points here. Let's a strikeout's what you want here as a pitcher. You got the hitting the count 2 strikes.
Yeah.
You want a punch out here to be big.
There's another shot into left. Andrew Fulmer giving chase. That's going to score 1. And we're going to have bases loaded, but that's going to be a single. And we're going to score 1 for the guests.
Yeah, that's an RBI shot to left. So right now, the second time around in the lineup, the Cavaliers are starting to do some damage. They're now up 3-1.
Yep, stepping in as the second batter. David Owen, the third baseman.
A solid poke to left there. So
we'll see if Grayson can work out of this.
The hit batter scores and the runners advance. So base is still juiced here.
And strike 1, 2, David Owen. What's he done this game, Ken?
Owen last time up, grounded out 4-3.
That's
second
right.
to first.
There's ball. Counts 1-1. On Owen.
Well, and that was a good piece of 2-strike hitting there for the leadoff hitter for the Cavaliers. You got him down 2. You want to punch out if you're the Tullahoma pitcher, but if you're the Cavaliers, you want to hit. And he's, a solid poke to left field there. Check swing, looked like he went. Let's see if we get the call.
Counts 2-1. And Coach, another thing that we haven't talked about when your team gives up some errors like that is the pitch count going up as well.
Yeah, pitch count. Big hole here between first and second. Left-hander here. Hitter will try to pull the ball to the right side.
That is ball 3. Counts 3-1 to Owen.
Waller facing some adversity here. This is where your mental toughness is tested.
And just a little update, Chattanooga Prep beats Hillcrest for the Class 1A title in basketball.
Batter's going to have a good pitch to here on 3-1 count.
Thank you to Scott Shastine, who's not here in the booth.
Oh, just caught the outside corner, so good
himself,
pitch there.
Works himself full count to Owen.
Best of both worlds. You get the strike call, but on the outside corner instead of the middle of the plate there to a dangerous hitter. Cats need an out here desperately.
And there's a shot to left. That might fall. That's a foul ball. Man, that was barely out. Andrew Fulmer giving chase.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the left fielder because when you have a left-handed batter up that hits the ball to that side of the field, the ball is tailing away. And so, just from the spin of the bat from a lefty. And so, thank goodness that ball landed foul with the bases juiced.
And we see full count still to Owen. Let's see if he can. And that is going to be ball 4. That walks in a run for the Cavaliers. The score is now 4-1.
Yeah, so
and
two in for the inning, and here comes Coach Morris as projected.
Yes, sir.
So we may get a mound visit, and there it is.
Walking out to the mound to talk to Waller. Settle him down.
Everybody moves up a base now. So what you have here is you have the number 3 hitter up now coming up.
And that's actually Chevis Hoover, who's out on the mound to talk to Waller.
We got Evan Allen up now. He grounded out to second base.
Yeah, number 12,
He's
Evan Allen.
grounded out to second base twice. So this is his third at bat. So, we see that these base runners, they're the top of the order is now already into the third at bat. We're just in the top of the fourth. Yeah. And Cookeville leads 4-1, threatening to blow this game open here early in the fourth.
And we're back
top
in
of the
set.
Fourth.
We're back in set. Allen is in the box, and Waller's ready to deal again. See if he can work himself out of this. There's ball 1.
Good pitch, just off the plate. He got that call on the last batter on the 3-1 count.
Yep.
So, certainly if you're Chevis on that, you're saying, hey, settle down, let your defense work, throw first pitch strikes, don't fall behind the batter. He did fall behind.
And there's a strike.
Beautiful.
Count is 1-1 to Evan Allen, the DH.
A good heater on the inside corner there. Evens the count 1-1.
But, Coach, we know that even getting the strikeout, we see Ty Harrison and Landon Severance come up again who, Ty Harrison had that deep right field hit. That's ball 2. 2-1's the count.
Yeah, down and in on that one. So, and that's one thing you're seeing, when you face a good team, they too are going to swing at good pitches. And you're seeing they're kind of reversing that trend on us. They've got a walk in this game. They've had 2 hit batters, and they're putting the ball in play. So they're doing to us what we've been doing to other teams here, and they're winning the battle right now.
Yep. There's a fly ball, and shortstop Trevor Cole grabs that one for out number 2.
Yeah, I would say that would probably have been called. I didn't see the umpire throw his hands up, but that should have been called an infield fly with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs. That ball just barely out the infield. Probably was called an infield fly, and the batter would have been automatically out anyway.
Yep, stepping up is going to be Ty Harrison. He's only played 5 games this year coming into today, Ken, but he's got a batting average of .471.
Big second out. Hard to believe that this inning started with a strikeout. So it took a long time for us to get that second out. Now we've got to play at any base with 2 outs. Cats really need to get off the field on this batter.
And Ty is the only player on this Cavaliers team to have a home run this year. So let's hope we don't give that up. He's a big kid. We can say that pretty confidently that this team individually per player probably has about 20, 30 pounds advantages on teams we've seen this year. Big swing.
Yeah, so he flied out to center field his first time, walk last time up, so he's 0 for 1.
Now he hit that line drive to right field. One hop the fence last time.
That's right. Yeah, double.
Yeah.
So he hit the warning track gap. So this is the guy that the Cavaliers want to the plate. Yeah, that's a 2 instead of a B. So not a base on balls, a double to right center field gap. So he's got some pop.
Yeah. So the count's 2-1 to Ty Harrison. Bases are loaded, 2 outs, and the score's 4-1. Cavaliers on top.
Well, and this is tough on your pitcher. It's like, how do I pitch this guy? Look what he did last time. Maybe you try to keep the ball middle out on him, outside corner.
Yeah, it's big batter. There's strike number 2. Great pitch.
Yeah, certainly what you want to do is keep the ball down. Mm-hmm. You don't want to give him nothing to ride, so you want to keep that ball down, knees down, So he's even the count 2-2. So
we saw that last hit to right center was a little bit of a hanging curve, and he just caught it while it was up.
Low fastball, maybe here trying to just miss his barrel.
There
it is. All right, big
strike
time.
number 3.
We needed that.
Yeah, that's going to do it for the top of the 4th. Grayson Waller does work himself out of it with the score. 4-1, the Cavaliers on top. We'll be right back on the Light Tube Sports Network.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
All right, welcome back to Tullahoma and Grider Stadium as we head into the bottom of the 4th, and it's going to see the always dangerous number 11 Andrew Fulmer step up to the plate. Ken, it was good to see him back in a uniform after being hurt at the beginning of the year, and boy, in the first 3 games that he played, he had 2 grand slams. And man, that was a nice. Hey, I'm back.
Yeah, came back with a vengeance, didn't
Oh, there's another shot into left field, but it's going to be caught. Left fielder just under. That was a great hit ball by Andrew, but that's going to be out number 1.
Yeah, 1 pitch, swinging on the first pitch again, but just unfortunately hits the ball right to the left fielder. Got under it just a little bit. Really a routine play for the left fielder, but first out. For the Wildcats, they trail 4-1.
And you talked about the difference between this team and last year's team. A lot of first pitch swinging. If it's in there, swing the bat. Bryson Campbell is up now, number 27. He takes strike 1.
Campbell singled to left his first time up, 1 for 1.
And Campbell comes in with a batting average of .267, and he hits it right back to the pitcher. Jones has it, flips it to first, and that's going to be out number 2.
Well, you see Jones' confidence build as well. I mean, he's getting ahead of the hitters. He's throwing strikes. His defense is playing well, and his offense has been really good today, giving him 4 runs. So, Cats, if they want to maintain this win streak, they got to start chipping away here. And so let's get a 2-out rally going.
The good thing about the Cats that I can say, you've touched on this with Scott before, but the entire lineup has the possibility to hit the ball pretty well, as we see Philip Lemon pop this one up to third base, and the third baseman is under it, has a little bit of trouble, but makes the play for out number 3. And that's going to do it for the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th with a score 4-1, Cavaliers on top. You're listening to the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
Step into a world of fun at Tullahoma Lanes. Strike up your excitement with our updated bowling center featuring a wide variety of classic and interactive games. Indulge in your timeless favorites at our new and refreshed snack bar. Check out our upgraded arcade with state-of-the-art games and card swipe technology. Save up your points for premium prize offerings. Bring the whole family and experience bowling like never before.
Three. All right, welcome back. We head to the top of the fifth. New pitching change for the Cats. On the mound is number 21, Hunter Hogan. Bryson Campbell moves to right field, and we begin the fifth inning with Landon Severance stepping up. He's 0-2 today. No hits. Let's see if we can keep that up. And Hunter Hogan pitched 2 games ago.
Yeah,
Did a
he
fairly good job.
relieved Quick in that shortened game no-hitter, I believe, right?
Combined no-hitter, yeah.
And he throws strikes. He works quick. He can field the position well. Tullahoma closing out the line on Waller, 4 innings pitched. He gave up 3 hits. He hit 2 batters and walked 2. So not his best performance, but maybe one of the best teams the Tullahoma Wildcats will face this year. This Cookeville lineup, they're solid. They're a good team. They play good defense, and the pitcher they've thrown out on us today is Jones is doing a good job.
Yeah. I'm glad to see Hunter Hogan back. Landon Severance steps in. Hunter's dealing. There's ball 1. Yeah, Hunter was hurt as well at the beginning of the season. Came back a few games into the year. Has done fairly well for himself. There's ball 2.
Well, we need Hogan looking to expire severance, so he'll go back to the dugout with no severance pay.
Yeah, a little bit of severance pay there. I like that.
0 severance pay. Right.
Ball 3. 3-0 the count to Severance, and let's see if he can collect his pay. And Hogan to deal. There's strike 1.
Well, he got the call on that when that pitch was outside, and we'll take that call. So 3-1, you definitely don't want to have a 4-pitch walk to start the first batter off.
Just nip that outside corner. There's ball 4. And Severance is on. No outs here. Top of the 5th.
Tullahoma's allowed some freebies this game. That's third walk of the contest, 2 hit batters. That's 5 guys on base that didn't earn it. And when you give good teams those opportunities, they're going to burn you, and that's what's happened today.
Yeah, Jackson Roberts, number 21, steps in. And again, this is an issue of this is a good hitting team. So where do you want to pitch them to where they don't smoke your fielders?
Roberts reached on an E6, and then he struck out his last time up.
Yeah. But they marked it as a hit on Game Changer, but there was an error on that one. Hogan to deal. Want to know the count. That's going to be strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Nice pitch that had some cut on it. That ball had about a 4 or 5 inch break on that pitch.
I think with teams like this, you got to work more into your secondary pitches, your curves and your change-ups and your sliders.
And you've got to throw some of them on first pitches, because if they're sitting on a fastball and you're just throwing 80% fastballs, you're gonna get lit up. So, and that's what I say the team's got to do against Tullahoma. When you face a team that's swinging at first pitches, you got to throw that reverse pitches. You got to pitch backwards sometimes.
Strike 2 to Jackson Roberts, and he fouls one up. It is playable, but Park Folks gives run for it and doesn't get there in time.
Yeah, he does a great job there of chasing that ball down. He had a long way to go, and it's this is how this stadium is different than others. You got so much room in foul territory on this ball. You can't give up on them. Right. You can't give up on them because
we've seen
you got a lot of green there.
So many times with catchers coming in, they misjudge the depth to the backstop. Counts 2-2 as that ball was inside, almost hit Roberts.
Good fastball by Hogan. He brushes him back off the plate. you mentioned earlier, these guys are right up on the plate. So you still got to pitch inside, be aggressive.
Hogan sets. There's the pitch, and that's a strikeout for Hunter Hogan. Strikes out Jackson Roberts, which brings up number 19, Cole Teeters.
Well, that was set up on the previous pitch because the previous pitch he threw him inside, brushed him off the plate, then came outside.
This is
so smart.
Sorry, up to bat is now number 7, Easton Davidson. No, that is Cole Teeters. Correct.
Cole's been hit both times
numbers.
up. Hit by pitch both times up.
That's ball 1 to Teeters.
A 1 on, 1 out. Cats trail 4-1 here in the top of the 5th. Tell them a second pitcher, Hunter Hogan on the mound. Cats in the midst of a 6-game win streak that's definitely in jeopardy right now.
And there's ball 2, sorry. Count is 2-0. Now we have seen the Cats come back from further deficits than this, so it's very, very well possible, especially in late innings, for these Cats to come on pretty heavy.
You don't want to wait till the 7th. You got to chip away and you got to start cutting it, but you got to hold them on defense here first.
There's a shot sent out to the gap in right center, and that falls in at least
Extra
a double.
Bases. They're sending the runner from third. They're winding him up.
That's going to score.
Wow.
That's going to score Landon Severance as a triple for Cole Teeters.
Yeah, that's a triple. Just a right-handed hitter goes on a 2-0 pitch, goes in, 2-out, two ball pitch hitting with no strikes there, and inside-out swing, gaps the ball to right center, goes opposite field, and it finds a hole matriculates between our two outfielders for a triple.
And that's tough for anybody to get to. Stepping up to the plate is going to be number 10, Easton Davidson. 1 out, 1 run just scored, and you have a runner on third base. The count is 0-1.
Lots of possibilities here. Do they try to squeeze this run in? Let's see what the coach for the Cavaliers does here. Up 5-1. Do you swing away? Sack fly, ground ball to the middle, scores him.
Great pitch by Hunter Hogan. That was a curveball that started at the batter, broke over the plate for strike 2, 0-2 the count.
Well, you got to be careful here. Tell them a pitcher and batter make keep the ball, play pitch and catch here. Don't let the ball get to the backstop.
Hogan sets.
Make them earn it.
There's
strike
3.
Big strikeout. That's a way to come back right there.
Sits down Easton Davidson, and stepping up to the plate is number 1, Landon Krause.
Well, this is your number 9 hitter.
But he's been hitting good all game.
Yeah, he has. Krause has reached twice. He reached on an error and scored. And then he had a single last time up. So
they kind of moved their lineup like the Cats have. Our top and our bottom is pretty heavy. There's strike 1 as the foul ball goes back.
I'm going to tell Oklahoma trying to get out of this with just one run damage here. Trailed by 4 now, 5-1.
Yep.
Momentum definitely on the side of Cookeville.
0-1 the count. Great pitch. And that's
there
a strike, but it's a strike, but it's a pass ball, and he is safe at all.
That's just what I was saying. This is you really gotta tighten up at any level. When you're a little league, middle school, high school, majors, it doesn't matter. That runner gets 90 feet away on third base with less than 2 outs, or even 2 outs. You got to play pitch and catch.
Yeah, and that
ball squirted away. I'm going to count that as a pass ball on the catch on that one.
Absolutely. Well, that pitch was counted a strike.
Yeah.
And so, the danger with having these pitchers that can throw great curveballs and sliders is you have to have the catcher that's able to grab those. Philip, normally a great catcher.
Yeah.
And that is strike 3 to Landon Krause as we head into the bottom of the 5th. And now your score is 6-1. The Cookeville Cavaliers on top. We'll be right back on the Light Tube Sports Network.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a back spot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community, so no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field when you win a heart, when you win their trust, when you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Welcome back to Grider Stadium. We're headed to the bottom of the fifth inning with the Wildcats trailing 6-1 against the Cookeville Cavaliers. First to bat for the Cats is number 18, Park Folks. We've seen the Cats come back from bigger deficits, and we're hoping that we have a comeback here on our hands.
Yeah, Cats got to stop the bleeding. They've allowed 2 runs for 3 consecutive innings and have a 6-1 deficit here at the bottom of the fifth. Tullahoma with 7, 8, and 9 coming up here in the batting order.
Yeah, what I've seen out of Cookeville so far is they're a very solid team as far as defense.
In the pitcher's throwing strikes, so
Yeah.
we're going to have to hit our way on the base. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and even
Sticks got to come alive.
And
here.
we're putting the bat on the ball, but their defense is just pretty stellar.
You got to find the hole, hit them where they ain't.
Count as
that pitch looked like it was off the plate outside. It gets a strike call.
Just a hair outside, but it was called strike 1-1 to Park Folks.
He's called it both ways, though.
He has. Consistently inconsistent. Foul ball back, and that's going to be 1-2 the count.
Folks in a hole here. He's going to have to battle, shorten up on the plate, on the knob of the bat, come up a little bit with it, and swing at anything close.
And we've seen a lot of chances for the bottom of the order and the underclassmen have to be heroes. Last game we had senior Justin Frank, who has only had 3 bats all year, put one in right field to win the game last game. So let's see what Park Folks can do here.
They did a good job of fighting that inside fastball off. Fouled it off to the right side. So
Jones steps off.
Good piece of hitting there just to foul off a good pitcher's pitch. You do that. Live for the next pitch and hope the pitcher makes a mistake, and then you can make him pay for it.
And Park swings. That is strikeout and out number 1 in the bottom of the fifth.
Jones dealing right now. He blows away Folks for the first out of the inning on the strikeout. Swing and miss.
Up now
Jackson Jones, the pitcher.
Stepping up is Aiden Evans.
For the
one
Warriors.
out here in the bottom of the fifth. We do have action in the bullpen for the Cats. Looks like Andrew Fulmer is getting warm up in the Cats' pen. And there's strike 1 called on the outside corner against Aiden
Jones
Evans.
in a groove. We've got to disrupt it.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
Yeah, he's working fast. He looks like one of
And
our
there
pitchers.
is a pop-up straight to the pitcher, and first baseman has it underneath it, and that's out number 2. Stepping up is going to be Trevor Cole.
We will fly out 3-2 down quickly here. Tell them at number 9 in the order. Down now to only 7 outs. Trailing 6-1.
And Trevor Cole steps in. Jones steps on the mound. We are set with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. That's going to be ball 1, a little bit high to Trevor Cole. We do want to send a special shout out to the boys basketball team. Wish them good luck in today's game against Upperman. And that has popped up in foul territory. First baseman underneath it. And that is caught for out.
Tremendous
number 3.
play
Great
there. He was
play.
going to the dugout danger zone there and makes the catch.
That's it. We head to the top of the 6th with the score still. Cavaliers 6 and the Wildcats 1 right here on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
All right, welcome back to Gratter Stadium as the Wildcats trail the Cavaliers 6-1. On the mound for the Wildcats, number 11, Andrew Fulmer. Ken, Andrew is my next-door neighbor.
Oh, wow.
Hasn't pitched in, when was the last time? Little League. Hasn't pitched a game. He pitched in preseason games here this year. Sits about upper 80s, has a nice tight curveball. We know how he is on the field as far as fielding, and we know what his bat can do. So we get to see what Andrew Fulmer can do on the mound.
He could be somebody, just looking forward that could come in a state tournament game, get you 1 or 2 punch outs at the end of the game with that kind of fastball. But we know how athletic he is. Normally our shortstop moved out with a minor injury to the outfield. But you saw his arm a couple innings ago when he gunned the ball from third to home. He's got a live arm. So, let's take a look at him. I'm on the third pitcher today, this game.
It's a good pitch, but just missed low and inside.
Check swing. They're checking first. Yeah, ring him up. That's strike 1.
So Fulmer throws that for a first pitch strike to, was this Tyler Smith? They're back at the top of the order.
Hunter Hogan pitched an inning, gave up 2 runs. So tell I'm now on the third pitcher. Let's see if Fulmer can have success here.
You can't take away from an imposing presence either. I mean, standing about 6 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
6'1".
Beautiful.
Nice strike. Strike number 2. Counts 1-2 to the leadoff hitter, number 2, Tyler Smith. Again, we're standing here at the top of the 6th inning. The score 6-1, Cavaliers on top.
And what you got to do, in this situation, Morris knows you can't allow any more runs. So he's hoping that Fulmer can maybe go through 2 innings here unscathed. The top of the order's coming up for Tullahoma, and that you can somehow claw back into this game.
Nice pitch by Andrew Fulmer for a strikeout to the first batter he faced, and that was the leadoff hitter.
Sure was.
1 out here in the top of the 6th, and we see number 17, David Owen, step up. You can see him on the mound, Ken, stretching that hip out, and that was the injury that he's actually playing through this year, really not opting for any kind of surgery until the end of the year, so he's playing through that.
Yeah, and that's the infamous backwards K is he strikes out the leadoff hitter on a called third. So good start for Mr. Fulmer.
Counts 1-0 to Owen as he steps in, and Fulmer's on the mound stretching out that hip again, and he deals. There's a hit to first base.
Oh, great play by Fulks. Was that? They called him safe.
So the call was safe. I would appeal that at home if I were. I would appeal that at home if I were the players. Yeah.
So the runner beat it out. So that's got to be an infield single right there. But look, that's a benefit of being a lefty. You got a foot and a half out of the batter's box jump there. If he was right-handed, he'd never made it.
Yeah. And Park made a great play at first.
And Fulmer's got to cover first on that. You're right.
Yeah, stepping in as number 12.
We're going to go ahead and give him an infield single there in that situation.
Yep, stepping in as number 12, Evan Allen. Runner on first, 1 out. Andrew Fulmer on the mound.
And that's what Fulmer's going to learn is, when you're on the mound, you played infield. You're a fifth infielder. You're not a spectator. So when that ball's hit to the right side on the ground, you got to be covering.
You haven't pitched in a live game since Little League.
Yeah,
you're going to miss some stuff, and so great pitch there, fouled off.
And that's just lack of experience on the mound certainly, and so he's going to have to work through this. And you got a runner on here down by 5. Middle infield would like to turn a double play here. Decent lead on first,
and the pitch is down.
What Andrew's got to do here, you can't be distracted by the runner in this situation. You got to focus on the batter, get the punch out, execute your pitches. Don't worry about that guy on first base. You're down by 5. You got to get the batter.
That's right. 1 out in the inning. And Andrew deals. That's ball 2. That was a great pitch. 2-1 the count.
Well, it seemed like this umpire gives strike calls on the outside corner of the righty up, but on the outside corner with the lefty up, not so much.
Yeah.
And that ball looked like it went right across the outside corner.
Right. Andrew deals and throws a pickoff back to first base. The runner is safe.
Oh, what we've seen, too, but Scotto and I have analyzed the last few games, and you've seen it up in the press box, too, but the pickoff moves by these Talent pitchers are pretty good.
They're great.
You got quick twitch guys on the mound. They get the ball over there to first quick, and you got to watch it if you're
There's
your
a pop-up
runners.
sent to second base. Aiden Evans and Hunter Hogan giving chase. That ball drops in the sun. And he got him at second base with a great throw. Was that Balin? Yeah, Balin Tootin throws a bullet to second base.
It may have been a makeup call, but we'll take it. So that's going to go force out from 8 to 6, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Center field to shortstop, 8-6, force out.
Wow. And you want to give credit to Trevor Cole for that stretch to get that ball as well, stepping up to the plate. Ty Harrison.
Yeah, very dangerous.
Dangerous spot we're in. Runner on first, 2 outs. Ty Harrison up, and Andrew Fulmer deals. And that is ball, and it gets by Philip Lemon. The runner moves to second base. The runner on second. Here in the top of the 6th. Score 6-1 again. Cookeville Cavaliers on top.
Well, it almost looks like the teams have switched jerseys because what we're seeing, how we're seeing Cookeville play this game is what we've seen out of Tullahoma the last 6 games.
Right, absolutely.
Apply pressure to the other team, effective pitching, timely hitting.
Right.
All together, and putting pressure on the other team through the bases. And they put pressure on us on the bases today as well.
Fulmer deals, and that is low and inside. That's going to be ball 2. Counts 2-0. And, Ken, you're absolutely right. But you got to think about this, and I'm not saying this is a situation for this team, but it's good to get this game out of the way mid-season. You can focus on the rest of the season and improving.
Well, it's good. It's a good checkpoint. It gets you back out of the clouds. Sometimes when you get on a 6-game win streak and you're dominating and you're getting no hitters, you can get maybe a little puffed up. I'm not saying that's what Thelma's done, but sometimes you got to be brought back down, from the clouds, and then you start all over and you go back to work. And that's what Tullahoma is. They're a blue-collar team, and Coach Morris will get this team dialed back in.
And the count.
Yeah, we know their potential. They've shown it, in this 6-game win streak. So, but when you play a quality team that is good, you got to bring your A game.
Yeah, and the count now is 3-1 to Ty Harrison, who's had a pretty good game thus far. And there's a walk. Oh,
inside strike. Yeah,
and
this is the guy that's hurt us.
Count.
He hit that gap shot early. The big blow of this game was that 2-run triple to right center gap.
All right, full count. Andrew Fulmer gets set. And that's ball 4 to Ty Harrison.
Yeah,
not a bad guy to walk.
With the base open at first, that doesn't hurt you at all.
But it does get to another dangerous hitter in number 3, Landon Severance.
Well, Jimmy Bratcher told us prior to the game this was a good hitting team, so there's no doubt about that.
And they're missing their best hitter. So, dangerous team. Yeah.
So 2 on here with 2 outs.
And Landon Severance gets set. That is a great breaking curveball on the inside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, that's an example of I call it, pitching backwards. Throwing off-speed pitch the first pitch because they're probably sitting on a fastball with runners on the bases. Beautiful pitch. All right, here we go. 2 on, 2 outs. Cats trail 6-1.
Ranking.
Game getting late. We're in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, so Cookeville's ranked within the top 15 in 4A in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Good team.
Counts 1-1. Here's the pitch. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Andrew Fulmer.
I'd stay out there. You're getting outside corner call here from this ump, so keep it out there on this 1-2 pitch. Don't give him anything healthy over the plate. Make him swing at something outside the strike zone.
Yeah, Landon Severance sits in. Andrew Fulmer sets the
He'll
deal.
throw the same pitch on the outside corner. He tried
And there's
to.
a shot out to center field. Balin Tootin underneath it. Should be out number 3, and it is. And we complete the top of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom with a score 6-1. Cavaliers on top on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop Factory Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
Step into a world of fun at Tullahoma Lanes. Strike up your excitement with our updated bowling center featuring a wide variety of classic and interactive games. Indulge in your timeless favorites at our new and refreshed snack bar. Check out our upgraded arcade with state-of-the-art games and card swipe technology. Save up your points for premium prize offerings. Bring the whole family and experience bowling like never before.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a backspot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community, so no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Welcome back to Grider Stadium, where the Cavaliers lead the Wildcats 6-1. Stepping up is the top of the order, and Hunter Hogan. And Ken, this has been a game that needed to happen, I believe.
Well, yeah, and, we talk about a quality opponent. This team, what you guys mentioned, top 15 in 4A. So they're a class ahead of us, and they're top 15. So that's, and that's, again, Coach Morse's one of his MOs. Let's don't shy away from competition. Play the best teams you can get, you can play, and it's just going to make you better in the long run.
Yeah. The strike one taken by Hunter Hogan. The next pitch was a ball outside. 1-1 the count. We do have J.D. Schmisser warming up in the Tullahoma bullpen. And there is a hit by Hogan straight up to second base. That's going to be out number 1. Stepping up for Tullahoma is going to be Balin Tootin. And Jones is still dealing here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, he is. He's been pretty economical with his pitches. I don't think his pitch count's very high at all. Limited runners. Yeah. Limited runners and scoring opportunities for Tullahoma in this second game today. Cats, if you're just now joining us, defeated Marion County in a game shortened by the Mercy Rule 10-0.
Yeah, 6 innings. And a no-hitter, and that's a shot to first base. First baseman grabs it. That's going to be out number 2. A no-hitter thrown by Xander Pogue.
And that's 3 unassisted in the scorebook. That's 2 down, 2 quick outs. Tullahoma, Mason Bratcher up, hitting near 500 clip on the season.
Yeah,
he has been a menace, a terror to opposing teams this past week.
And the one sign you can tell that a pitcher's comfortable in the late innings is when they're breaking balls. Have that kind of movement that Jones does at the moment as he sets and deals to Bratcher. And that's going to be strike 1.
Yeah, I don't know what his pitch count is right now, but I would say he's probably low to mid 70s right now.
Right.
If I had to guess.
Pitch comes in. Mason sends that one to center field, and his hot streak continues.
Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. On a curveball, he just laces a curveball up the middle for the single.
You know what I love about that at bat, Ken? He waited on that pitch, and he drove it.
Yes, he did. Yep. And that's what you're going to see in college. Now, when you get in high school, you're going to see a heavy assortment of fastballs. You're going to face some pretty good pitchers that can play at the next level in college. You're going to see some quality curveballs and change-ups. But when you get in college, you're going to see good fastballs, 90-plus. You're going to see great curveballs and change-ups. And you got to be able to be disciplined and be a patient hitter and be able to deal with all of those pitches.
Right, and you got to be able to place them like Mason just did. Stepping in is number 11, Andrew Fulmer, as he fouls that one back for strike one. 0-1 the count on Fulmer, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
And that's just the difference in, next level competition. The stakes go up, and, everybody's good when you get to the next level.
Pickoff throw, kind of lazy throw over to check Mason. He's back pretty easily.
But if you can play, you can play.
That's right.
And Mason, a good base runner here, and taking no chances with 2 strikes. I think that definitely the steal is off the table here. Oof. You got to move these guys around one at a time. And it's going to take a string of hits for Tellum to get back in this game, because Jackson Jones is throwing strikes. He's not walking hitters. He's not hitting batters. We got to hit our way on and earn it.
I think that pickoff was just a, hey, I'm still here and I'm watching you.
Token move, yep.
Mm-hmm. Andrew Fulmer calls time.
And I don't think you got any ideas at first,
right.
But don't get any ideas at
right.
first. That's what that throw over.
Right. Fulmer steps back in. Yeah. 1-1 the count, 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th. 6-1, Cavaliers are on top. Jones sets. And it's ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Dangerous hitter up for the Wildcats in Fulmer.
Got a great plate discipline as well.
He's a good hitter. He's a good ball player. Got a bright future ahead of him too. He's been spectacular the past couple of years.
Just need to get him healthy, Coach.
Yep.
And that is ball 3. 3-1 the count. Jones.
Now, it's one way to do it any way you can. Hit by pitch, base on ball, errors. We just need base runners.
And for the first few times in this game, Jones is quite behind in the count.
It's going to take a 2-out rally for Tellum to cut into this lead here.
Which we can very well do. We've seen it time and time again with these Cats. 2 outs, bottom of 6 or bottom of 7. They come back and tie it up. I think it was the first game of the year I was up here, Ken. It was bottom of the 7. They came back to tie the game, went on to eventually lose, but scored. And there's a shot by Andrew Fulmer, lined to left field. That's going to be a single.
Beautiful.
And moves Mason Bratcher to second. We've got runners on first and second as Bryson Campbell comes in.
3 and 4 deliver. Sharp singles. Bratcher to center field, and now to left field is Fulmer. So that's gonna put the pressure now on Bryson Campbell. Now with 2 on, we're gonna have a pitcher's visit. Looks like.
Yeah.
As the pitching coach or head coach crosses the first baseline. So Tellum trying to get a rally going. 2 on, 2 out. Both those hits came after two outs. Down 6-1. Still some work to do for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we've seen them battle back from much worse than 6-1. Very capable.
Yeah, Campbell is 1 for 2, so he singled his first time up, grounded out the pitcher, so he's 1 for 2 here. Single to left his first time up.
Yeah, Jones stays on the mound, and we're getting set to start this at-bat with Campbell. Bryson Campbell steps in with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Runners on first and second.
So if you're a Cavalier coach, you can just come out and you say to Jones, look, man, you're in control of this game. You're up 5, nothing crazy. Continue throwing strikes, pound the strike zone, use your defense, keep the ball down.
Campbell sends a shot. That's going to be caught by the shortstop. Thought that was going to drop, Ken.
Yeah.
But what that does is end the 6th inning, and the score is still 6-1, Cavaliers on top on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Well,
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
All right, welcome back to Grider Stadium. The Cavaliers lead the Cats 6-1. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Pitching change for the Cats. We have number 35, J.D. Schmisser, on the mound. He's going to face off against number 21, Jackson Roberts, to start this inning off.
Schmisser, Tullahoma's 4th pitcher, former, worked 1 inning, no runs.
And Schmisser, Ken, if you look at his form now, has changed form this year from going overhand pitching to kind of a sidearm.
Oh, wow. Okay, I
full,
like that.
Not full submarine, but
yeah.
Well,
that's what my son Darren did. I mean, he was 3/4 delivery through 5 pitches. Coming out of high school, he goes to Motlow, and they make a submarine pitcher out of him. And
yeah, now it's not full, but it's very hard for hitters to pick up.
Yeah, almost looked like I remember the first sidearm pitcher that I remember back in the major leagues was Kent DeColvey of the Pirates, and man, he was effective.
So we're set to start the 7th inning. Jackson Roberts steps in, and Schmisser's on the mound, and we're set to go.
Tullahoma's 4th pitcher, as we said, and Cats down by 5, 6-1. So they got to have a monumental comeback here to pull this one out to keep this 6-game win streak alive.
Foul ball by Roberts. Counts 0-1. Yeah, we'll see what JD can do. There's ball 1. High and a little bit outside. That also, Ken, puts good fielders back on the field for you as it moves Fulmer back to left field.
Roberts reached on the error his first time up and struck out his last 2 at-bats.
2-1 the count. Ball a little bit up. Well, we do appreciate you joining us here for this televised Tullahoma Wildcat game. And, Ken, it's been fun to be with you.
It has, buddy. Well, we did a sports show together. You and Scott are pretty tight, man. And,
that's right.
Sure do miss. It's good to get an opportunity.
Sure do miss Mr. Shastine, but
oh yeah,
he's resting his voice.
He'll be back Monday night over in Winchester.
That's right. Foul ball. Count is full on Jackson Roberts.
So the Cats' next opponent will be the Franklin County Rebels. So we'll travel there. It's always been a great rivalry game. Certainly it is in football, but baseball too. Over the years, I've had some really good contests between each other.
There's a nice line drive sent, and that is a fair ball.
Extra
That's going to be at least a double for Jackson Roberts, but with Fulmer's arm, we're going to say it's a double. So that is a double by Jackson Roberts, which brings up number 7, Cole Teeters.
Yeah, he just pulls the ball, swings over the top of it, rips it down the left field line. So stand-up double there to lead the inning off for Cookeville.
And against Franklin County, Ken, you're going to see a good pitching show as Balin Tootin takes the mound again.
Yeah, we'll have Tootin and Bratcher probably in those 2 games.
It's going to be fun to watch. J.D. Schmisser gets set as he faces off against Cole Teeters. Runners on second. And a bunt is laid down. Schmisser grabs it, throws on to first, and that's out number 1. Great play by Schmisser.
Yeah, he jumped off the mound quick, very decisive, fielded the ball, and just planted his back foot, made a solid throw to first. That's what you got to do. You can't be indecisive. As good as that bunt was, there's no way you're just going to get the runner at third base. Take the out at first.
Right. It does move the runner over, but one thing you don't want to bunt is a hard ground ball to the pitcher.
No.
So.
You don't want to do that because that way if you do that, you catch a runner in no man's land. If their pitcher's quick and athletic, he can get off the mound and still get the tag out on third base. Yeah. But as slow as that bunt and where it was placed, no chance at third, 0 chance.
Yeah. So runner moves to third. Now up is number 10, Easton Davidson. And there is a fly ball in foul territory. Park Folks under it, and that is out number 2.
Good play.
We're 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Runner on third. And up steps number 1, Landon Krause.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 1, Landon Krause.
And JD, this is what I've noticed about him pitching. Not a lot of strikeout opportunity, but hitters just have a hard time putting something in play against JD, and so he's working quick.
Yeah, great play by the catcher. That pitch 4 foot outside the strike zone. Who do we got back? Is that Lemon?
Yep.
Lemon, we saw Bryson Campbell do this the other night on Thursday night's game, man, and he just sprung out, took his whole body out. He had to, man, because he couldn't reach that ball just from a normal stance.
Here's strike 2 thrown.
That's a way
strike 1.
Way to dial it in.
1-1 the count to Landon Krause.
Well, and this is their first time seeing Schmisser, a different arm slot. You're throwing the ball basically,
and again,
maybe sidearm.
An imposing
arm slot.
An imposing presence.
10 o'clock arm slot there.
Good pitch. Just barely missed a little bit low.
Yeah, good one.
And that's going to be ball 2. Counts 2-1 to Krause.
Well, if you're Lemon, you really got to be careful back here. You're going to block the plate because the ball squirts by. Runner's going to be coming home hard.
That's right. Schmisser steps off the mound for a little breather. Steps back in, and now we're ready to go.
Just a tough lineup, batting lineup for the Cavaliers. Oh, good
pitch by Schmisser. Once again, having that size to dip down and throw sidearm, it's a difficult angle to pick up for a batter.
It looks like his velo's picking up. That might have been his best fastball of the game. Well, popped the mitt pretty good on that.
Looked like
one.
He was setting up about mid-80s.
And, from that arm slot, if you can keep the ball kneecaps down, it's a tough pitch to hit.
Yep.
Good job by Lemon to block that ball.
That was actually a really good pitch. The batter just didn't bite on that one.
Yeah.
Great stop by Lemon. Counts full on the 9-hole hitter, Landon Krause. Runner on third, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Schmisser deals. And that is ball 4. We head back to the top of the lineup with number 2, Tyler Smith. And Ken, I have seen quite a lot of good hitting out of the top of the lineup, but I don't see really any dark spots in their lineup so far. Seems like from top to bottom they have a really good hitting team.
They do. They put pressure on you, and the thing that we've seen out of them, they've had some extra base hits. They hit a ball down the left field line. Their big power hitter, cleanup hitter, jacked one to right center to the fence. So
Schmisser sets. And that's ball 1.
They got extra base potential.
So Tyler Smith. So runners on first and third. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. But Ken, let's say the obvious. This is against an opponent in 4A. This is non-conference. We're focusing on Franklin County. That's a big game to win.
That play will come, but you want to play one game at a time.
That's right.
Okay. You want to play the best, and you want to grow and you want to progress. So even in a loss, if the Wildcats do lose, they can learn from it.
Yeah.
And and they would be splitting the series because they did defeat them, but Bratcher got to win against them, and of course, he got the shutout. They gave up 7 hits, but look at this team. It's a top 15 4A team. I mean, they're going to hit the ball. They're going to put the ball in play, but it's like you got to scatter those hits out. You got to scatter them out, and you got to score offensively. That's the key to this game.
And
we have 1 run.
You and Scott were saying last game, counts 3-0.
Yeah.
As you all were saying, and there's a walk to Tyler Smith, stepping up as number 17, David Owen. But as you and Scott were saying last game, the higher divisions you step up to, the stronger the guys, the more beefy the guys.
Yeah.
You're just playing at a different level. Mm-hmm. So, little pitcher's mound visit by Philip Lemon.
And that's good. That's probably directed by the coaches because that last pitch missed by a whole lot. So you got bases juiced here, down 6-1. Cats desperately searching for an out here any way they can get it. So you got to force play at any base, 2 outs. You don't want to walk or hit the batter here. You got to punch the strike zone and rely on your defense. That ball way out of the strike zone. So Schmisser's missing here the last couple batters, and the pitchers aren't close. So that's something as a coach you're looking at. If you're pitching coach, how close is he missing by on the misses? If you're missing by a lot, you got to. And he dialed that one back in. Oh, he hit the batter. So that's
hit
what
batter.
you can't have. Yeah, so those
gonna-
are the things you got to diagnose is how much are you missing by.
It's going to bring in the 7th run for the Cavaliers. Score's now 7-1, Cavaliers on top, and that'll bring in number 12, Evan Allen.
Well, what that does, too, is that counts as an RBI for Owen. So if the bases are loaded and you get hit by a pitch, that counts as an RBI for the batter.
That ball misses low. Want to know the count on Owen. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
1 run in, Cats down 7-1.
And the Cavaliers have 6 hits on the board, no errors. Wildcats have 2 hits and 3 errors. There's a shot. It's a foul ball right past Park Folks. That's going to bring the count to 1-1.
Lefty pulled that one. All right, so.
And Ken, this team,
4-3 ground outs.
This team has a lot of speed as well.
Balls. Yep.
So them on bases, it's kind of dangerous. There's strike number 2.
2 flyouts.
Just hit the outside corner against the left-handed David Owen.
May try to keep this one out on him too then. He's a pull hitter.
And it seems like the umpire loves the outside corner. There's a shot to right field. Underneath it is Hunter Hogan. Balin Tootin comes over to rescue Hunter Hogan, who lost it in the sun. That's going to be out number 3.
Look at that range by the center field.
That's right. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning with the score 7-1. Cavaliers on top on the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
Step into a world of fun at Tullahoma Lanes. Strike up your excitement with our updated bowling center featuring a wide variety of classic.
All right, welcome back to Crider Stadium, where we see the Wildcats trail the Cavaliers 7-1. Jones set to pitch to Philip Lemon, and that is going to be ball 1. Let's see if the Wildcats can rally here. At least gain some confidence, put a few points on the board.
Lemon grounded out to second base and flied out to third base. 0 for 2.
And there is ball 2. 2-1 the count.
So due up, we have Lemon or Folks on deck, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lemon, Folks, and Evans.
There is a foul ball by Philip Lemon.
6, 7, 8. That's where Tellum was at in the batting order.
Yeah, we do know this, Coach. Those are pretty strong spots for the Cats. Lemon fouls that one back, out of play.
Jackson Jones going for the complete game.
That's right. Counts
on
2-2.
the bump for the Cavaliers.
Count is 2-2, and you're absolutely right. This is a reverse game for us. We're used to being on the other side of this box score here. Lemon steps in, 2-2 the count. Jones deals. And there's a hit up the middle to the second baseman as he bobbles it. Lemon trying to run it out, and he does. Safe at first base. Great base running by Philip Lemon. A lot of speed for a catcher. And then that's going to bring up Park Folks.
I'm going to score that as an E4. Second baseman booted that ball. So a big break for the Wildcats there as they get their leadoff runner on. Who's the pinch runner, Dave?
That's going to be number 28, Nate Wilkerson.
Okay, so Wilkerson running for Lemon. And that's going to bring up
Park Folks. Yeah, Park steps in. Pitch coming. And that is going to be strike one. Runner on first, no outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Cats trail.
Folks 0 for 2, ground out to short, and a strikeout swinging last time. So we need a hit here. No bunts. Can't give up outs. Straight hits or walks or hit by batters. Any means necessary.
Pitch comes in. Ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Well, we hope here somehow that Jackson Jones runs out of gas and they got to make a pitching change. So if you can get a couple runners on, put some pressure, and get this pitcher out of the game, you know, that's what you want as a head coach. Get this guy out somehow, any way you can.
In comes the pitch.
I think it was a ball inside.
It was a ball inside. 2-1 the count on Park Folks as the catcher throws back to check Nate Wilkerson over at first base.
Yeah, that's a silly throw there. You don't want to risk throwing the ball right down the right field line. It's
especially
a lot of green down there. You can get all the way to third base if that ball gets by.
Especially with our foul territory. Park takes a cut. 2-2 the count.
You know, and fake throws are allowed. Okay, so if you fake the throw, the runner's going to go back head first anyway. You don't risk throwing the ball away.
You can't call balk on a catcher.
Keep your head on that. Yeah.
All right. 2-2 the count. Park Folks steps in. Jones to deliver. And there's ball 3.
Way out of the strike zone.
Now works himself into a full count. Great at bat by Folks. Great discipline here.
Well, let's get another pitch way out of the strike zone. Have 2 on with no out here for a rally. How about that?
That sounds great to me, brother. Aiden Evans on deck. Jones delivers. Great hit by Park Folks. A great line drive single into left field.
Beautiful piece of hitting. That's it. Yeah.
And that brings up number 20, Aiden Evans.
Oh, here come the Cats, right?
Here they come. All right, so no outs. Runners on first and second. Aiden Evans steps up to the plate. We know what he can do, Ken, and we definitely know what Trevor Cole, Hunter Hogan, Balin Tootin, Mason Bratcher, they all can do.
Yeah, so we
have
have
another mound visit.
E4 and solid single left there by Folks. So Cats 2 on, none out, but they need some runs. Down 7-1, right? That's what I got on the score, 7-1.
Oh, is
that correct?
Yes, this is actually Andrew Zebick up at the plate.
Okay, so Zebick's going to pinch hit.
Yeah, Zebick's up.
All right. So he's hitting for Evans.
Zebick instead of Evans. I thought it was. All right, so Andrew Zebick steps up. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Score still 7-0. Cavaliers on top. Let's see if the Cats have a rally in them.
So still no threat of a bunt. No bunts here. You're down by 6.
We do have
cannot give up outs.
Speedy runners on the base path.
Pitch is high. Ball 1.
That is ball 1 to Andrew Zebick.
Well, the Cats can make things interesting if they could load the bases with no outs here in the top of the order coming up soon.
Absolutely. And Zebick does exactly what you said. A single.
Here
gets
we go.
Through third base and shortstop, and Trevor Cole is up. A great piece of hitting by Andrew Zebick.
Pinch hitter delivers. He shoots a single to left field, so that's going to bring Trevor Cole up.
Trevor Cole.
So tell him his number 9 hitter. He's been a double leadoff sometimes. We've seen him do it the past couple of years. He's been solid. Had a tough day at the plate this game, but he's looking to break out of it right here. He flied out to right and flied out to the first baseman. We need a clutch hit, pass ball, something good to happen here, a walk.
Yeah, so bases loaded. Trevor Cole looks at strike 1, a little bit low and outside, but still called a strike.
Yeah. Cat's not going to go down without a fight.
Trevor strikes on.
All right, you got to put the ball in play here. A sac fly, moving the runners would be good.
Yeah. Put the ball in
finding
play.
the green in the outfield would be better.
There's a foul ball, and it looks to be out of play. First baseman giving chase.
No, a pressure situation for Cole here. So, I mean, what you got? You got, what, an 0-2 count? You got an 0-2 count, bases loaded. So what you got to do is you got to put the ball in play, but you got to stay out of the middle.
Yeah.
You cannot have a ground ball to short or second here.
Yeah. And so Trevor steps back in. 0-2 the count. Bases loaded.
In a tough situation against a good pitcher.
It's also
battling.
a tough situation for Cole and
Yeah.
a tough situation for Jones.
Yeah.
As he's working bases loaded. And this lineup, again, Ken, is pretty dangerous all around.
Oh, no doubt.
You got the number 9 hitter coming up with a over 300 batting average.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Cole fouls that one off. Good at bat for Cole.
3 straight foul balls.
He's battling.
He sure is. And this is the tenacity that you've been seeing out of this team right here.
Don't give
You
up.
come in basically dead in the water, down 7-1 against a pitcher that's just mowing you down. You reach on an error, they give you a little break, and then you make them pay. You get 2 straight hits to left field, bases loaded. Your batter gets an 0-2 count. He fouls off 3 balls.
Yeah. And
Okay,
you know what
3
that
pitches.
tells me?
So
What tells me with hits to left field,
yeah.
we're getting around on this guy.
Well, it also shows you that you're never out of a game. It
Right.
doesn't matter what the situation is. Baseball's a funny game. You can come out to the game of baseball and see something any night that you've never seen in 30, 40, 50 years happen on a baseball field.
Little mound visit. Now we're set to restart this at bat. 0-2.
What we want to see is a 6-run comeback in the bottom of the 7th.
That's
Send this
it.
game to extra innings or win it in
Regulation.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Jones steps off the mound for a breather. 0-2 the count. No outs. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 7th. Cats trail 7-1. Jones set to deliver.
Well, Jones taking a long pause,
Taking
trying
his
to
time.
freeze the hitter, huh?
And there's a hit. Foul ball. And,
Get down.
yeah, foul ball on left field territory.
4 foul balls now by Cole.
Yeah, right fielder gave good chase. Lost his hat in the effort, but couldn't quite get to it. Still
Young
0-2.
man showing lots of mettle here to plate, to battle.
Yeah.
You know, the nerves are there. But 4 foul balls after 2 strikes against this guy in a top 15 team, hey, that's strong, right? Yeah.
And Trevor Sr. this year has been battling all year.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ball that gets by the catcher. That's going to score 1.
Okay, here we go.
Nate Wilkerson comes in to score, and that brings the score to 7-2.
So everybody moves up a base. So now it's 7-2. But what you have there is now the force plays off. So the critical, it's important to score a run. You still need 5 more, 7-2.
Yep.
But now the force plays off. So the play on defense is at first, defenders look like they're still staying back. They're going to concede the run to get to out at first because they still got a 5-run cushion. But the force plays off, and the threat of a double play is probably gone here. That's good.
If we can see another hit into
Hey,
to
we'll
left
take
field.
2 more wild pitches on
That's
court
it.
to
There you
cut
go.
it to 7-4 would be nice. With the top of the order still to come up.
Comes in. There's a shot down the third base line.
Yes.
That's going to be a single, and it's going to score 2.
Wow.
Park Folks and Andrew Zevick come in to score.
What an at-bat by Trevor
Fantastic.
Cole. He forced 4 foul balls off after 2 strikes and then laces a double between the third base line and the third baseman. 2 RBI double. Coach Morris winding them up over there on third base, Dave.
That is an out bat.
We got a ball game here.
That is fantastic.
And just like that, it's 7-4.
And now they're going to have to take Jones off the mound, it looks like. Coach coming to the mound. Ball handed to him. We're going to have a pitching change. And we'll be right back with you on the Light Tube Sports Network.
And interactive games. Indulge in your timeless favorites at our new and refreshed snack bar. Check out our upgraded arcade with state-of-the-art games and hard swipe technology. Save up your points for premium prize offerings. Bring the whole family and experience bowling like never before.
This is you, and this is you, and this, and this. You're a team, a quarterback, a running back, a kicker, a coach. You are champions. You're a flyer, a backspot, a base, a parent, and a fan. And you are part of this community, so no matter who you are or what you do, we're here to care for you. Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart and Hospital and Vanderbilt Health, making healthcare personal.
Coffee County Bank, the Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year, was founded by local business and community leaders in 1975 with a mission to create a community bank that fulfills the needs of its clients. We believe it is our responsibility to participate in the growth of Coffee County by supporting its citizens, businesses, and the community as a whole. Coffee County Bank is a proud supporter of Tullahoma football.
On game night, winning is everything. But life's big wins happen off the field. When you win a heart. When you win their trust. When you win their respect. First Bank's community banking is perfect for life's big wins because of what we're big on. You. Make us part of your team for life's biggest wins.
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
All right, welcome back. Gratter Stadium, we do have Hunter Hogan, the top of the order up to face new pitcher Dawit Inman.
The Cats have scratched back into this. Came in the bottom of the seventh, trailing 7-1 at 7-4.
And Hunter Hogan barely set, and the pitcher goes into his motion.
With a runner on first.
Umpire has to call him off a little, settle him down. Wants to work quick.
Top of the order up for the Cats, trailing now by 3.
And no outs, runner on first. So, yep, 7-4 Cavaliers lead. But looks like we have a little bit of a comeback going.
Yeah, so this inning started a little harmlessly. You know, the second, Tullahoma reached on the error, and then 3 hits to left field, 2 singles and a double down the line.
Delivers.
Yeah.
0-2 the count pretty quickly against Hunter Hogan as he steps back in.
So the Cavaliers bring Inman in, probably their closer, left-handed pitcher. Lefty facing the righty for Tullahoma here.
Inman sets to deliver.
Tootin on deck.
And Hunter Hogan calls timeout, steps out for a little bit.
Tullahoma needs another base runner to bring the tying run on to the plate.
This is what I've noticed about Hunter Hogan. When he pitches, his motion changes based on the batter to throw off their rhythm. When he bats, it's his at bat. There's a shot to second base. Second baseman bobbles it. Hogan is safe at first.
Wow.
Great bit of base running there. Hogan is safe, and that's going to be a error on second baseman.
Yeah, definitely an error. So now Tullahoma 2 on.
Tying run.
And
this
game very interesting. Yeah, tying run, lefty on lefty. Right here, power hitter up that can go to all fields. One of Tullahoma's most dangerous hitters, you have Bratcher on deck.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Balin Tootin
and
stepping
then Fulmer.
Up. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-4 the score. Runners on first and second.
More of the state champions don't go down without a fight. Down 7-1 entering this inning. Jackson Jones in complete control. Had a batter reach on the error. You have the 3 hits. You have another error. So 2 errors and 3 hits this inning. Tullahoma's played at 3. Yeah. Looking for a big blow here by Tootin.
Inman delivers. Tootin just rips that ball foul. Man, if that was fair, that would have been gone. If you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. We saw a first game that was played very well by these Wildcats. We mercy ruled in the 6th inning. And this game going to the bottom of the 7th.
Cats have a 6-game win streak on the line right here. No outs.
Opposite field. That heads to left field, and that's going to be caught for out number 1. Stepping into bat is going to be Mason Bratcher. And we know Mason's been on a hot streak. There. Mason's been on a hot streak. Of course, you also look at a left-handed versus left-handed matchup, so not favorable for Balin, but he did the best of what he had. Opposite field hit. Left fielder just had it. Mason Bratcher steps in, 1 out.
One of the best hitter this year for the Tullahoma Wildcats is now up. You know, we've talked about nearly 500 batting average. 2 men on pressure situation for Bratcher. Let's see if he can deliver.
Strike one delivered by Inman. We see a little bit of speed difference as well between Inman and Jones. Looks about 5.
Totally different. Yeah, this guy's got good movement. He can throw off speed, and he's coming from the left side. So, total different dynamic they're facing here. And he's really got a quirky motion too, man. Yeah. It's I don't know, he hides the ball. It seems like he conceals the ball well. It doesn't come out till late, it seems like, what I'm seeing here.
Ball 1 low to Mason. The count is 1-1 with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Inman set to deliver. And that is going to be a balk. The runners are sent to second and third.
Big.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, so Wes Prater, the field umpire, calls a balk on that one.
Says the shoulder motion went back towards the base.
Yeah, and that's big because, again, we saw them take the force off on us. Now we take the force off on them. So now second and third, plays it first for the defense. Bratcher had a chance to deliver a clutch 2 RBIs here, ball outside.
2-1 the count to Mason Bratcher.
Some chirping going on from the Cookeville dugout, and they're going to get a warning. The umpire tell them to calm it down. I'm not going to listen to that. You play baseball, you let me make the calls.
Yeah, unless you're sitting up here in the press box or you're the umpire, you really don't have a good view of that, and that pitch was about 7-8 inches outside. So count is 2-1 to Mason Bratcher. And that was a nod to the fan who was yelling. Strike 2. 2-2 the count to Mason Bratcher.
2-2 count, 2 on. Castrell 7-4. 1 out.
Mason.
A base hit here cuts it to 1.
Yeah, the Cats have a chance to catch this lead here.
Bratcher, the tying run, represented at the plate.
Emmons steps off for a break.
Left field deep. Very deep in left.
Yeah.
10 foot from the warning track.
Gets a good spot for Mason to just drop one in. Set to deliver. Now it's ball 3. Full count on Mason Bratcher.
Now first base is open. A walk would work. A hit would be better, but a walk would work any way you can, right?
Absolutely. We don't want to say who's up with the bases loaded, but we just looked at each other and knocked on wood. So, and that is ball 4 to Mason Bratcher, and that walks him. Now we have bases loaded with the dangerous Andrew Fulmer.
All right, here we go. Now we got 4, 5, 6 coming up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, bases loaded, tying run now on first base, winning run represents the plate. How about one of those grand salamis right here? Did you say he hit a grand slam this year?
He's hit 2. He's hit 2 of them.
Oh, wow. Okay. Here.
I didn't jinx it. I knocked on wood, so it's not me. It's Ken Keller who did this. Inman set to deliver to Andrew Fulmer. And there's a shot down third base.
Fair.
That's going to score 2. Perfect.
7-6, tying run now on third base, winning run on second base.
Great.
What a comeback by the Wildcats. 2 doubles, 4 hits in, 2 errors in the inning. Unbelievable what we're seeing here.
Now you have Mason Bratcher and Andrew Fulmer on base on second and third with J.D. Schmischer up to bat.
Boy, that was a carbon copy of Cole's double down the line between the third baseman. Almost looked exactly the same. Here comes the coach for the Cavaliers for another mound visit. Does he make a change? It's 7-6. Tying run now on third, winning run on second. Still only 1 out, and that's going to be it for Mr. Inman. A quick hook. He's already turned the ball over to the coach.
And I'm gonna try and go here. All right, we'll be right back. Pitching change is up for the Cavaliers on the Light Tube Sports Network.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
Hi there, this is Terry Stroop, Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. Summer's about to wind down, fall's right around the corner. It's time to get signed up for your fall maintenance checks, and let's get out and support our local high school football this year. Let's go, Cats!
Hey, I'm Cookeville, the owner of Fit Beyond Plus. Fit Beyond Plus is a gym that brings a fresh and exciting atmosphere to your health and fitness. We'd love for you to drop in and check us out.
All right, welcome back to Grider Stadium. On the mound is Sam Snyder for the Cavaliers. The score is now 7-6. Cavaliers lead in the bottom of the 7th. J.D. Smisher up with runners on second and third. Y'all stay tuned because you don't want to miss the ending of this game.
Yeah, infield in for the Cavaliers. They're going to try to chop the runner down to plate. Good speed on the bases. Bratcher on second, or on third, and Fulmer on second. First pitch strike.
Smisher, it looked like a little bit of low ball, but that went over for a strike.
Now look, this is key. The outfield's in too. So if Smisher can get good metal on this pitch,
and we've seen power,
he can get the ball over their head.
Yep.
And end it with that way. So
Smisher's had power this year. He drove up a home run over left center early on in the season.
Hey,
we're not going to say that.
Multiple ways to score here. Wild pitch, pass ball, sack fly. We'll take base hit. We'll take it any way we can get it. But a base hit that Fulmer's a threat to score.
There's a rip down left field, and that falls.
He got it over the head. He did burn the left fielder. That's what we just talked about.
That's going to end the game, folks. What a great hit.
Walk-off double to end it for the Wildcats. We had
Fantastic.
just commented on the left fielder playing shallow. To keep the sack fly, they got greedy, didn't play back on that, and Smisher made them pay the price. The Wildcats run their string to 7, coming back from 7-1.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Deficit with 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th, and I don't know if they even got it out on us, did they?
They got one out.
They got one out on us. So
Ken, we talked about this before the inning.
Yeah.
The Cats
over the Cookeville Cavaliers.
The Cats have been known to come back in games like this.
Yes.
And they started it off strong in the bottom of the 7th. J.D. Smisher comes up. They played him shallow, and he burned them.
Well, and let's just set the table up.
Yeah.
Jackson Jones on the mound,
Great.
cruising.
Phenomenal.
He's allowed 1 run. He comes in with nobody on base to start the bottom of the 7th. The bottom part of Tullahoma's lineup up. The inning starts off with an error. Tullahoma gets a couple doubles, a couple singles.
Trevor Cole
contributes.
fouls off 4, gets him rattled.
And then Smisher delivers the clutch. Look, everybody was clutch. Do not forget the at-bat that Trevor Cole had.
Absolutely.
He had 0-2 count. He fouls off 4 pitches, laces a single or the double to left down the line.
Rattles Jones.
Big play. Jones gets rattled. They put Inman in. Then they go to the third pitcher. Tullahoma Smisher, a good power hitter for the Cats, burns a left fielder, walk-off double. And Cats win 8-7, strings 7 games.
And we talked about it.
Yeah.
The bottom of this order won this game. Because Smisher came up, he wasn't normally in that spot.
Yeah.
So you had the top of the lineup come in, but Smisher ultimately delivered that left field line drive.
Let me tell you what else I think just happened. I think J.D. Smisher just got the victory on the mound because he was the pitcher in when they were down. He was the last pitcher in, so he gets the mound victory plus the walk-off double to score Fulmer and Bratcher. Cats win 8-7, 7-game win streak, headed to Winchester Monday night.
Incredible game. Ken Keller, it was a pleasure to join you up here in the press box,
Chris.
and what a game.
Good job, Dave.
Thank you for joining us. Join us again as we head to Franklin County, and we'll see you soon on the Light Tube Sports Network.